Today I'm reviewing the Acer Nitro V 16S AI gaming laptop with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5060 GPU, AMD Ryzen 7 2600 series processor, 16 inches WUXGA 180Hz display, 32GB DDR5 RAM, and a 1TB Gen 4 SSD. If you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've had this laptop on my desk as my day-to-day machine for gaming, productivity work, and general use, so what follows reflects how it actually behaves in real scenarios, not just specs on paper. Let's set expectations clearly. This isn't a thin and light ultra-portable, nor is it chasing flagship performance. It's designed to sit somewhere solidly in the upper mainstream, fast enough for most games at 1080p, with a high refresh display and enough memory/storage to handle everyday multitasking without flinching. In real-world gaming at 1080p, the RTX 5060 delivers smooth performance on high settings in competitive titles like Fortnite, Valorant, or CS2. Frame pacing feels stable across sessions, and the 180Hz panel makes a meaningful difference when you're playing fast-paced games. It feels fluid rather than jittery. On heavier AAA titles, you're looking at high to moderately high settings for a balanced experience. Ultra presets aren't off-limits, but you'll often want to tune a few visual options to keep motion smooth without unnecessary dips. That's normal for this GPU class. Everyday use outside gaming feels straightforward. Browsers with many tabs, chat apps, video playback, and creative tools all behave fluidly thanks to 32GB of DDR5 RAM. You rarely feel like you're waiting on the machine to catch up. It feels responsive in regular workflows. Thermals and noise are important in a laptop, and this one leans toward practical rather than whisper quiet. Under gaming load, fans do ramp up and you definitely notice them. They don't hit uncomfortable noise levels, but they're not silent either. Temperatures stay controlled without aggressive throttling, meaning the system keeps performance stable over longer sessions rather than spiking and then cratering. The 16-inch WUXGA display doesn't wow with extreme resolution, but the 180Hz refresh rate means motion feels smooth. Colors and viewing angles are solid for everyday use and gaming. It's not a panel that's pushing wide professional-grade color accuracy, but for gaming and general media it holds its own. Memory and storage behavior matter in daily use. The 32GB of RAM removes immediate pressure to upgrade. You can have creative apps, background services, and games all running in parallel without obvious slowdowns. The 1TB Gen 4 SSD boots the system fast and loads games quickly. Over time, if you build a large library of large titles, that capacity could get tight, but it's a sensible starting point for most users. Build quality and usability feel practical. The keyboard and touchpad are comfortable for extended sessions, and the chassis doesn't feel flimsy. Connectivity, USB-C, USB-A, HDMI, and networking, covers the basics without feeling like something's missing. Now, real limitations matter. This isn't a desktop replacement with top-tier GPU muscle. For 1440p gaming or very high frame rate AAA play at ultra settings, you'll want a higher GPU tier. The RTX 5060 is competent and predictable at 1080p, but it's not positioned to chase the highest numbers without tuning. Also, laptop thermals inevitably involve compromise. Fan noise under load is part of the experience. If you want whisper-quiet operation at high performance, that requires larger designs or external cooling. So who does this make sense for? If you want a capable 1080p gaming laptop with a fast 180Hz panel, a system that handles everyday multitasking without hesitation, ample memory and storage for growing game libraries, practical performance without chasing extreme metrics, this configuration lines up well. If your chief priority is maximum performance at higher resolutions or silent operation under load, that's a different segment where higher GPU tiers or larger designs come into play. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.